Issuing orders. The best way to issue orders is by word of mouth from one general to the next. Failing this, telephone conversations, which should be recorded at each end. However, in order to have a confirmatory memorandum of all oral orders given, a short written order should always be made out, not necessarily at the time of issuing the order, but it should reach the junior prior to carrying out the order, so that if he has forgotten anything, he will be reminded of it, and further, in order that he may be aware that his senior has taken definite responsibility for the operation ordered orally. This is something that I used to do this all the time. If I had a conversation with my boss, I still do it to this day. If I have a conversation with someone and we talk about something, I'm following it up with a little email. Yeah. Because also oral conversations, people hear what they want to hear, and they might hear two different things. Right. You know, if I tell you, hey, we're going to record this podcast. Hey, can we record this podcast on Saturday? Mm-hmm. You're like, oh yeah, definitely. Does that mean we are? Does that mean in your mind you think we are? But I didn't come back, you know. So I just follow stuff up, and I used to do that in SEAL teams too. You know, I'd get an order, I'd have a conversation with someone that was either above me or below me or whatever. Yeah. I'd follow it up with an email of what I thought the conversation meant, and say, hey, just to confirm what we talked about, here's the 3 bullet points. I'm going to do this. You're going to do that. We're going to do this, and boom, it's done. And we have a document of it, and it exists, and that way we're confirmed. Yeah, and so how you bring up that example where if you say, hey, can we record a podcast on Saturday? Technically, that's a yes or no question. Like, yes, we can. Like, we have that ability. That's a no. You didn't schedule anything, technically. No. You said, so I could have taken it either way. You could be like, yeah, we can. And then I show up here at 8 and you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't know we were actually going to do it. Yeah. You just said, when I first started getting more higher-end clients, it was immediately noticeable that was a common thing. They'd always follow up with an email right after, and it helps so much, man. It does. You got to do it. It is I love this. It is my opinion that Army orders should not exceed 1.5 pages of typewritten text, and it was my practice not to issue orders longer than this. Usually they can be done on 1 page, and the back of the page is used for a sketch map. And my favorite part about this is, if you get someone that can't give you their orders in like a page, then that means their orders are too complicated. Yeah. That means they need to simplify their plan. Right.